While it's well known and celebrated that a large portion of Top Gun Maverick was filmed using real fighter jets, there's one scene in particular that stands out as impossible to actual fighter pilots. When Top Gun Maverick released to theaters in May 2022, it left audiences' jaws on the floor, thanks in part to its larger-than-life aerial scenes. Moviegoers couldn't get enough of Tom Cruise and the rest of the film's cast breaking the sound barrier in actual US fighter jets, and by the time it left theaters, Top Gun Maverick earned around $1.49 billion at the box office. The movie went on to receive 5 Oscar nominations, including for Best Picture. For the 1 or 2 people out there who still haven't seen the film, Top Gun Maverick is the sequel to the 1986 iconic blockbuster Top Gun.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
Both star Tom Cruise as fighter ace Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick. In the 2022 sequel, Cruise returns as Maverick 30 years after the events of the first film to train the Navy's best pilots before an extremely dangerous mission. Like the first Top Gun, filmmakers collaborated with the US Navy and Air Force to give detailed, realistic portrayals of fighter jets' flight and combat. Of course, the Hollywood blockbuster took some creative liberties, and according to one real-life fighter pilot, at least one aerial maneuver in the film is physically impossible. The move in question is set during a training sequence. Hangman, played by Glenn Powell, is in the foreground of the shot, piloting an FA-18E. He's then joined by his wingman, an FA-18F piloted by Phoenix and Bob, played by Monica Barbaro and Louis Pullman. The jet flies onto Hangman's right flank, coming into frame from the left. What's interesting is that it's flying not just on its side, but belly first. According to fighter pilot C.W. Lemoyne, jets can't do that, ever. Lemoyne served 15 years in the US Air Force and then the Navy Reserves as an F-16 and FA-18 pilot under the call sign Mover. Along with FA-18 instructor pilot Trevor Gonke Hartsock, Lemoyne broke down the Top Gun Maverick aerial sequences in an 8-part series feature on his YouTube channel. After seeing the aforementioned move, Lemoyne demonstrates with his hands and explains,
"When a jet goes this way, it looks belly up. This was like a belly up rejoin to put itself in position."
He and Gonke speculate that it's possible it was shot in reverse because a plane can move belly up from a starting position, just not the other way around. Lemoyne had another guess though, considering the scene's unrealistic physics, that it was all done with CGI. While Tom Cruise is famous for performing his own stunts, and filming the actual cast in the sky was very important to the filmmakers, Top Gun Maverick still used extensive CGI, so Lemoyne's assessment is likely accurate. With a budget of $170 million, Top Gun Maverick recreated a lot of the flight scenes by putting the actors into operational fighter jets and filming them in real time at breathtaking heights and speeds. A large portion of the budget included paying the Navy $11,374 per flight hour to use actual FA-18E and FA-18F Super Hornets and enlisting their pilots. The pilots controlled the jets from the front seat, while the film's cast sat in the rear cockpit with special cameras rigged to film them as they soared in the air at incredible speeds. The looks of the actors as they withstood actual G-forces equivalent to 1,600 pounds of pressure on their bodies were genuine. More than 800 hours of aerial footage was shot for the film, exceeding the combined footage shot for all 3 films in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. By combining expertly crafted practical special effects with CGI when necessary, Top Gun Maverick made movie magic by making audiences feel like they were right there in the cockpit alongside the cast.